Steph, I haven't talked to you in a while. The theme is books, and I'm going to dive right in because I have a huge stack, and I've made this video like 5 times and it hasn't worked, so I'm really going fast. The first book I have here is Diary. I'm not going to talk about this one because I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to talk about this guy, Chuck P. And he wrote Fight Club. Fight Club is awesome. Love Fight Club for all the reasons that you said. Also, the movie is great since they just take like chunks of the book and place it into the movie. But the book is just really cool, and I really like, there's a lot of lines in there that are really memorable and awesome. Do I have to say anything about this? This is kind of self-explanatory. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, the start of an amazing, incredible journey. The marriage plot is here to represent this book that's praised on the back, Middlesex, which was Graham Wright's favorite book for a short while, I think, which is why I looked into it. It's very, very good about a transvestite and his struggles growing up. If you haven't read it, I recommend it. It's very good. This book, I don't know if it's actually considered a book. It's very, very tiny. It's Howl and Other Poems by Allen Ginsberg. So I would recommend it. It's about like society and how corporations are not good, and it's also about gay sex. So another one, Beat Generation Stuff and the Hippos Were Boiled in Their Tanks. It's based on a true story about a guy, friend of Jack Kerouac and William S. Burroughs, who killed a guy. It's kind of a funny story. An appropriate place to use like instead of said is in this book, and someone on Facebook a while back was complaining about that, and I was like, you need to stop. I don't think you understand. This is really good. The movie is also very cute. So this book is actually amazing. Atonement by Ian McEwan. He is awesome. Bless his soul for writing this book, because we would never have that great movie. The movie Atonement. The book is amazing, very similar to Fight Club, whereas they took huge chunks of the book and just placed it directly in the movie, which bless the movie gods, because that is the best thing that can happen. If you haven't read this book, Steph, I know you've seen the movie because you told me to watch it, and now that's like my favorite movie. I definitely think you should totally read this book because it is so good. This is a book that I'm kind of ashamed to say that I like, 13 Little Blue Envelopes. It's about a girl who travels Europe because she gets envelopes from her dead aunt. It's not at all something that you need to think about to read. Submarine is, can I say this? It's just a super awkward book to read, and Oliver Tate is the most awkward person I've ever seen in my life. And I'm not saying awkward like the way 13-year-old girls describe themselves as awkward and random. I mean literally awkward. The literal definition of awkward is Oliver Tate. The book is very good. I don't really even know what to say about it. Another book written by Joe Dunthorne, who wrote Submarine, is Wild Abandon. It's also very, very strange, but I would recommend looking into it. I cannot tell you the plot right now because it's just totally slipping my mind. I read it 2 years ago, but I know I semi-enjoyed it. It's not as good as Submarine, but I would at least look up the plot to see if you're interested in it. It's pretty good. The Virgin Suicides. You told me to read this book, I'm pretty sure. This book is amazing. It's so like poetic and just raw, and it's totally romantic, and it shouldn't be, but it works. The Maze Runner, is really good science fiction novel, kind of post-apocalyptic dystopian type thing, although not really. It's definitely post-apocalyptic, but you don't get that until like the second book. It's about this kid named Thomas who gets placed in this town that's surrounded by a maze, and he has to try to escape, and there are things in the maze that will kill him and everyone else in the town, and just a bunch of teenage boys fighting for their life. Yeah! But it's actually really, really engaging and really, really sad and funny and super good if you're looking for a book that you don't really have to think about and that isn't like an adult book. This one. Okay, 2 left. Will Grayson is here because this is my favorite John Green book. It's just so good. Like, this is his best work, I think. because I like David Levithan's Will Grayson better, because his first line is, "I'm constantly torn between killing myself and killing those around me." And I really love that, because if you know me, Steph, that's literally me. This book does not make me cry. This book is hilarious and funny and kind of sad, but mostly hilarious and funny, and those two words mean the same thing. A Series of Unfortunate Events. That whole series, I just grabbed the first one, which is literally more of my childhood than Harry Potter. It's about these 3 orphans and a series of unfortunate events that happens to these orphans, and there's a mean Count Olaf, and tries to kidnap them and kill them and get their money. Because they're orphans, and the parents were, of course, extremely wealthy and very secretive, and there were secret organizations and everything that I still don't completely understand, which is amazing. And I don't think I ever will understand the whole VFD organization. So Steph, I have stuff for you to give you. I've been meaning to send it, but I have play. We're approaching Hell Week. We're doing To Kill a Mockingbird. I've got the poster up. Well, you can't see it, really. Look, there it is. Right up there. See it? Right there. To Kill a Mockingbird. So I was about to say, you should come see it. I will try to send that stuff as soon as possible. I promise I have it all done. I wrote you a letter and that short story that's horrible. I will talk to you later. We'll figure out a theme later, hopefully. I will see you later, Steph.